about building this personal brand, and to bring into consciousness, to your awareness, that whether you are aware of it or not, you always do have an impact, and you are creating ripples no matter where you go. The only difference is that being aware how to use this impact in an intentional way, and to create intentionally at every moment in your giving space and time, and to fulfill a purpose, to be in alignment of who you are. Who you are is so unique to you. There is no two people alike. There are jobs and fields and calling that is kind of alike, but you are different. And in order for you to show the difference and to serve your way with full impact and with conscious awareness, and at every minute just deliver what you want in the optimized way, you have to have your personal brand. You have to stand out from the crowd. You have to have an image that is consistent with you to be able to maintain it. If it's coming from an impulse or a certain belief that you're holding, without digging deep and going into the deepest of the matter, it will not be sustainable, and somehow it becomes so tiring to hold. So in order for you to flow and to create this impact with ease, with intention, and with effectiveness, it has to come from all that you are. And allowing yourself to be at your most prominent, aligned self. Because as Ben said, and I love what you were saying, Ben, it's about the vibration. So coming from a place I should have and I must, and I just scanning the market, scouting out what's happening and trying to imitate, will not make you stand out. You might be lucky to get some market share, but it's going to be so strenuous to keep it up. Hence, the presentation that we're offering is kind of a roadmap to highlight those elements that could serve you to find and abide by an image that is who you truly are, and serve you to serve. Because at the end of the day, we're all here on this earth as a belief, is to fulfill a mission or a passion or a purpose. And it's not like aléatoire, you know what I mean? So if you'd like, we can start with the presentation, unless somebody has something to comment on or to ask. My voice is clear? Cool. I will be sharing the presentation with you. Okay. Share screen. Okay. Is it big enough, or should I increase it, you guys? I cannot hear anybody. I don't know if you can hear me. Just nod or say something.
I think you should take it to full screen.
Okay. All right. Cool. So the main purpose, as I said, about this presentation is to give you a roadmap on how to build a real image and to translate this image into a brand that can serve you, deliver what you want in life, and stand out and be remembered as who you are. Because there is a lot of noise in the market happening, and as we know, especially when it comes to coaching, it is mushrooming everywhere, and they're coming with a different kind of niche, coming with a different kind of it's a growing science, and people realizing the impact that it does, and realizing the benefits that it's actually coming out as a result from coaching is really huge and transformative, and does last. And that's the beauty of it. And it's not only last, it opens up, and there is more and more and more coming out of you to allow you to become and live a fuller, richer expression of yourself and your life. So we thought that if you're gonna go about it by very strategical thought, that gonna serve you as a tool, but how long it'll last you. Hence, to go to the core of the matter and to look at what personal branding is and what image is is you have to take the person of who he really in his beingness, and from his beingness move towards what you can do with a conscious decision, what you're saying yes to, what you're saying no to, what impact you want to create, how would you like to serve, and who are you serving? Who are the people that resonate with you, so you can actually deliver a maximum input. So if you go to the overall objective of the webinar, it's to define your unique skills and capitalize on your strength. And as we said, no two people are alike. Maybe there's a big category that is a strength, but it's considered to each differently, and the meaning of it is different. It's like coaching. When you have different values, the values that stand for me, it has a different meaning that's for you, and you serve it differently. So each has his unique own skills. So to be able to embrace that, be aware of it, and capitalize on it is huge by itself. Weaken your weaknesses. The very fact that you're aware of your weaknesses, it means that now you can actually do something about it. And you're no longer being the victim or being dragged by your circumstances. It's actually you being able to create and be resourceful in the circumstances that are presented to you. Translate your values. We know in fulfillment, or we know that values are, if you have a value and you're honoring it, there's nothing that can shake you. And whatever comes your way, you would face it with wholeheartedly resourcefulness, and you can still create from it. And it's about creating from that place. And when you're not honoring a value, you feel kind of dissonance, and you feel kind of like low vibrational energy, stuck, and not being able to actually reach, deliver, communicate, connect, be. So you feel betrayed, and you feel less than a whole. Articulate your passion. We're all passionate about something. If you allow yourself to hear what we want and who we are and what moves us. How beautiful it is to be able to articulate your passion through what you're doing. And they tell you, like, all these quotes that you hear around is that, like, I want to have a job that I do not take vacation from, or once you're doing what you love, you don't feel like it's, you know what I mean? All these kind of things. So passion, it's what drives us in life. Passion is what gives us this motto, this stamina, what gives us this creativity and sense of creation. Define your niche, and this is very important, because this is one way to look at it. It's for you to define your niche. Who are the people you tick with? What are the topics that you feel more drawn towards? What is your default setting? And more and most important is your niche will find you. So by doing what you love and being aligned within that place, and being conscious, aware, and acting on it with intention, people that resonate with you, they'll come to you. And it's like plugging into universal consciousness that will allow you to meet whatever you're vibrating on, what level. Also, because you are in your element and you are aware of where you can make a difference, so you're gonna stand out by a success story, and people are gonna feel connected to you, and they're gonna come to you. They're gonna choose you from a sea of people, because you really have something to say and stand out. It's important. It does not need to be questioned. It's obvious. It's fact. Build your brand with intended impact, and that's the most important part, because you can be aware of the let's say the power that you have, the skills that you have, and create as you go. Or be very aware of what's the message you're delivering, how to deliver it, and where. And it's coming with full intention. This is important. Claim what you're worth. If you don't believe it, nobody's gonna believe it. If you, in your heart, you think, yes, I am, and this is who I am, and I have it brilliant, but I don't have the gut or not comfortable to claim for what I'm worth, or nobody's gonna believe it, and you're actually creating a doubt in yourself and in the people that's reaching out for you. And you lead by example. So what you're modeling is, am I worth it with a question mark, or I am worth it? And you're gonna get the benefit out of it. And if you dance with me, we're both gonna reach that state where we're talking about, because it's 100. You give fully and you receive fully. This is how it is. Reach out. It's very important to have all this knowledge. It's very important to be at your best game with your expertise. But how would they know about you? There is a lot of noise, and there is a lot of hype happening around. And some people, they do have the longing and the need and the want to actually get that. But how would they know that you're the right person for them? And how would they know that you can answer their needs and what they're looking for, unless you show them, and clearly with defined, specific image, message, impact, what you can do and what you're here for to serve. And then monetize your asset. At the end of the day, some people, or we, all of us, sometimes hold the belief that if it's like that grand and that whatsoever should not, it doesn't have a price on it. Well, or I should not, the work should come for itself, or I can do it, or whatsoever. But there is a big importance, is that when you allow yourself to have this niche and to create the impact that you want and to serve as you want, you also have to go to the people who knows, and that's their purpose, to let you reach there. So it's by give and take. So you need to take those assets, work on them, monetize them, and by doing that, allow the others to do the same. And this is how you transcend the community, if you want. And this is how you develop, this is how you grow, by allowing others also to grow. And you need their expertise. It's like running a race, not knowing what the technique are, and then reaching at the end, and with a lot of exhaustion and losing on moments, on opportunities. But you're learning at the end of the day. It's all about learning, which is a good thing. That's never a bad thing. Or actually getting the expertise from the source, getting the knowledge from the source, having the technique, and doing it the right way. So minimize the time to get there and optimize your result, and be happy with the outcome, financially, status-wise, and everything. So basically, this is the objective of the webinar. What we're talking about is stand up and stand out. What's the relativity to the coaches, and what is branding, and a roadmap on how to get there. All right. And we'll be guiding you with a small exercise for those who haven't yet came into a clear statement or a vision of their life purpose. That could help. You choose to do it, or there's many other ways, but that was a way that we're proposing. And reach out and then monetize your assets. Any questions till now?
No question.
Sounds interesting?
Definitely.
How do you feel about what's been said? How do you receive it? The floor.
I think we don't spend enough time thinking about this, and largely we just put down what we want, what we think we are delivering to the market. So I think this is now like one of Ben's coaching classes.
I love what you're saying. We do act on a default patterns. We do react, and very little we suspend, stay, and then plan our way, kind of like.
Yep.
Thank you, Arvind.
Yeah, Nara, I liked what you say is that
Well, it's important to scan the market to see what is out there, but there's always a temptation to be just like one of them because we
True.
have scanned the market and try to
Very
understand the
true.
market. And I think you mentioned something that I really like, or we mentioned something that we really like, is that you need to be able to present something that vibrates. You know, it has to resonate. You have to connect with it. You have to feel that it's your core. That is what
Yes.
vibration is all about. And I think that will then help us to get our message loud and clear, even though it looks like something out there, but because you know, but it's so full of you. I mean, it's so full of who you are. It's certainly going to look very different.
It's
I
your
like
essence.
this. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. Shall we move on? Okay. So, step up and stand out.
Nara, please make
Go
sure
ahead.
that you move your slide because we're still seeing the main slides.
Okay.
Actually, if you just, if everybody can click on the closed caption option, which is on the bottom of the page, you can get to see the closed captions.
Okay.
Go back to full screen, or this is better for you guys? I think it's good. Okay. So step up and stand out. What do we mean by that and why it's important? As we said, it's such a busy, crowded, noisy, vibrating marketplace, and everything just fall into it. And everyone trying to find his space and trying to find his place. Some imitate, some create, some come with shy ideas. They do their click and then they retreat. Some, they have great ideas, but they don't have the knowledge on how to do it. And they haven't realized the power of asking for help, which is actually getting over yourself, going out there and demand for what you want, which is very important because we have to have the perfect idea, the perfect fit, the perfect match, and it has to come from us. This is limiting beliefs that hold us in a very contained space. So, what's your brand? Your brand is your reputation. Your brand that speaks for you. This is what people will know you as. Like, for example, Ben mentioned, why would you buy a Chanel bag and pay that much money for it, knowing that the material is not even leather? Well, they say some come from animal preservation, some, I don't know. But the meaning of it is that the reputation is what makes you stand out and different, what makes people will actually tune in, clear the noise, and listen to what you have to say. They are willing to give you this chance to listen, to give you a moment of clear attention. If you don't have a reputation, or if you have a bad reputation, or then the chances of you being heard are close to none. So your reputation is your calling card. It's what you're known for and how people experience you. Yeah, it's about bringing who you are to what you do and how you do it. Very clear. And your reputation is based on everything you do and how you do it, combined together with the essence, the core, like Ben said. It has your skills, your values, your passion, your purpose. This is everything that you do combined together, and that's the outcome, that's the product. So everything that makes you you represent an important starting point of you. So when you show and you put your unique brand, like your unique thumbprint, yeah, you'll always have your own identification. You'll always be distinct from the rest, and you'll always deliver the message that you want because you're being heard. So as we said, that there is a lot of noise and you are bombarded with a lot of info pollution, and everyone has something to say. And even if they don't It's not their own. They quote unquote borrow, change, amend. So there is a lot that's been said, and there is a lot that's been communicated, and there is so much happening around. So imagine yourself, like when you go on your social media or whatsoever, the information that you get, sometimes you feel like, yeah, I like this, I like that, but then the next day you won't remember it much because there is a lot that have been put in your head. Yeah, you're exposed to a lot. So how would you be remembered with all this noise? In order to be remembered, or at least to have for them to grab the essence of you, you have to give real essence. And that's why your image and your brand should be very much authentic and related to who you are. So, and how to communicate that, how to show this authenticity in you and who you really are. This is what we're offering towards the core of this presentation. So it's essential that your brand essence be narrowly defined, because it's like, you know, when you've learned about the questions in the coaching, you can ask a question that's extended and big and not straight, or it's not open, and your whatever info you're putting on or whatever communication is going to be diluted. Or you can have a very much of a powerful question, so you can have a very much of a powerful communication, very key attributes, specific stuff that are authentic and full of intention, that sticks, and that will give you the result that sticks. So strategically choosing set of attributes that make you attractive and memorable in the eyes of the prospect that you'd most like to work with. Delivering your brand clearly and consistently. And how would you be able to deliver your brand clearly and consistently if it's not true to who you are? So you cannot adopt someone's vision and put it out there. And you cannot just imitate, like Ben said. You would try, and maybe somehow it will work for you. If you're, I don't know, you could be manipulative enough, adaptable, anything, but it will not last for the long run. And even if it lasts, it takes so much of energy and resources because you're trying to hold on to something that is not real. So you're putting an effort to go into this persona rather than having this persona eminent from your inner space, from who you are. Okay? Now, relativity to the coach. Now I need to ask you a question here, guys. Why do you think it's important to have a personal branding? Let me ask it this way. What are the challenges you're facing right now in getting, for example, because all of you just started, in getting client for practice? Anyone? Nope. Do you find it easy to or hard to call on someone for coaching practice, or you find it hard to convince them that I would need to train because I have this course and I have to practice to get my certification? Or which place you're coming from?
Okay, can I go? Arvind here.
Yes, please.
So the space is new to me. I've been in the industry all my life. So coming from where I am, uh, the challenge I have is, do I meet the clients that I used to deal with all my life? And I come from a corporate bank background.
Mm-hmm.
Or do I go two notches below? Because obviously when you were in another organization, you represented that organization, you had access to senior people. So the challenge for me right now is, what is the clientele that I'm supposed to approach, that I would like to approach at this point of time, as my skills are yet to develop.
I'm going to invite you to ask yourself one question, and then we're going to move on. What's the judgment you're holding, or the belief you're holding for yourself, and for the stand you're having with the corporate and the clients?
I'm very confident that I can manage because that's what I've been doing. Uh, but uh, but when I undertook this coaching class, it was thrown on top of my head. I went the other way around. My view of things was the client needed support and help to understand the way things that get done. But now it's the other way around where I need to work on the client's belief. So I'm caught at many times questioning whether I'm now competent enough to manage it from that perspective. And that's the reason why I'm holding back. I don't know if I said something that makes sense.
What you're saying is very important, and that actually shows a shift in thinking and a shift in awareness with whatever opened up for you through the course. Also inviting you for something here is just notice that instead of moving from this place to this place, it's actually a dynamic game. So it's put them and you together. What they need, they find in you. What you need, you find in them. And this is how you get this clarity, and this is how you get this done started. Doesn't make any sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. Okay. So we started by image is everything. I would say image is very important, and communicating your image the right way with the right voice is everything. So the single most important shift you need to make to break out and stand and stop pattern that keeps you going around in circle of resistance instead of sharing your core message with the world. Because what happens is that sometimes you, as we said, you act by your default patterns, and the image that you're portraying doesn't have enough voice in it, and not clear voice that deliver what it is and be able to really express fully. So you need the positioning, and the positioning that you need is coming from your essence, from you, to be able to stand out and to show what added value can you bring. So you need this positioning, because otherwise you're going to log in, find I need a coach for certification, for example, or whatsoever. And then you go by region or by name, or where there is much more beef into it, much more value into it that you can add. You know what I mean? So don't settle for the general, go deeper. And by doing that, you're actually helping other people with their researches, because you're standing out with clear messages and clear voice. They can hear you, they know what they want. You resonate, they resonate with you, you're the one, they hire you. So you need to have that. Otherwise, you're going to be just based on or selected on geographical preference, or I don't know, any kind of other preferences, which they come as basic. And with the world that we're holding right now, with the online, with the internet and everything, there is no need to actually be geographically positioned in the same place. And this is one example I'm giving. Cut the clutter. How to become an unmistakable voice in the market. You're all talking about coaching. You're all talking about the betterment of the person. We all want to open up and kind of allow people to extend the range and get more out of life. They want them to put more into life and have more meaningful moments, enjoying the journey, having a higher vision and image of themselves than they've ever believed, and so on and so forth. So they're all claiming the same. And it's not claim. It's the highest in my eyes. It's the highest cause or calling that you can get, and you want to help and you want to get there. But it's happening so much and everywhere, and all the courses are there. How can you become a distinguished coach? How can you stand out? How can you actually be heard from all this noise that's happening? So it's not the same apples. There is a difference in essence into this one. So you need to cut the clutter. Communicate with impact, and it's my favorite one. How to stop having an accidental impression. Because as I said, we all have an impact, whether we're aware of it or not. It's the shift in consciousness towards from unintended to intended impact, and full of intention, knowing what we want and getting it there. To enhance the marketing effort. So you can invest in a lot of marketing efforts, but you're still delivering a diluted message that is not serving you and not anyone of that matter. So that will guide you, optimize, maximize, and very much direct strategically your marketing efforts and get more on your investment for what you're gonna and how you're gonna, and be more creative and be more resourceful with your marketing to play with it. You know what I mean? So how to shift from not knowing what to say or how to say it to simply being and embodying. And I love these two words, being and embodying, because everything is gonna emanate from there. Anyone would like to say anything? Okay. Branding. So what is branding? Again, image is everything, and having the right voice to deliver or to show this image is key. So your brand essence has DNA and attribute. All right. So you need to know what are the essence of your brand. That is your essence that you're communicating. And then to be able to position it properly. So in a way that it's heard, seen, understood, and targeted. And targeted is important for you and important for you to get them know who they want and when they, so you have kind of consistency in your work. You have recommendation, like people would say, yes, he is a good coach, she's a good coach, they did wonders and they are recommended, and then you build a reputation, and then it starts from there, growing and enhancing. And branding, so combining together your brand essence, position it right, then having the image and the awareness you want to spread. Sounds easy. It is easy once you are very much aware of the steps how to build it. And the next step is actually how to get there. And sometimes even before, maybe I'm jumping the gun here, but even before going there, we think that, okay, it's a roadmap. Now we know what to do. It's easy to do it. I can do it all on my own, forgetting that diluting your efforts, not asking for help is a big, I call it unfortunate attribute or habit that we have. And not allowing others to fulfill their purpose is also reducing the impact that you want to create, the serving. And this is what's life purpose is. We're all here to serve in a way or another. So do the roadmap. Understand how to highlight these elements, your DNAs, your attributes, what's perception you're holding, belief, and all this stuff, and the perception you want to give. What's the target and how to get to this target, and how to get this target to come to you and to show you themselves, to be able to actually build this image or the branding. And then go and invest. It's worth it. Go and invest. Go to the people who have the expertise. Go to those who really know and have best case scenarios and have case studies. Go to those who have walked the walk and done all what's needed to reduce your time and money effort and not to build up frustration, so they can actually keep the momentum going and let you land it. Go to them. Invest in it. It is worth it. It's what you need. That's what's gonna get you to the next level. That's what's gonna get you the exposure you want, and that's what's gonna get you the dose that you need at the end of the day. So, what is branding? And I love this. It is what people will talk about when you are not in the room. So it is the impact that you've created, whether you're around or not. And actually, when you leave, this is what this is your legacy. This is what you're believing the most. This is who you are to them. So they can be nice with you, but even when you're gone, this is the belief that they're holding in their heart for you, in their mind for you. So if they believe you're a saver, you're a saver. If they believe you're like whatever, that's what's gonna stand out. That's what's gonna be remembered. And here they give you an example. Company requested coaches for 25 top executives. So all 9 ICF coaches applied. So they're certified and they all have the same kind of certification level of expertise. Only 2 were selected by the 16 of the participants. And that's very beautiful, evident exercise of what's happening around there. And this is one of many. So you can market yourself and you can hammer with whatever messages you want to get. Unless you are clear in their head and standing out, some of your most beautiful skills and attribute and benefits gonna be unnoticed or unseen, and others gonna be selected because you haven't voiced it properly. And voicing it properly is not by marketing, it's by personal branding. Marketing is actually an extra arm or tool to help push your branding in a smarter way, because now you know and you're very clear on what you're communicating and to who and where you want to get. Fair game? Before we start the steps, anyone would like to say anything? I guess not. Okay. Now the core steps for personal branding, what we're offering here. All right. As I said, a roadmap, a plan that will help you highlight the point. It's like designing a beautiful, big, strong brief that you can submit to anyone to be able to give you with to give you the artwork or the campaign or whatsoever you want. And this is coming from a marketing communication background. So this personal brand experience is your opportunity to learn more about yourself so you can identify your unique skills, strength, and talent. It's your chance to tap into your values and passions to find your purpose. All right? So it is highlighting those details to be very much on purpose, to be very much aware of your impact, to be intentional with your impact, and to know what you want to get and how to get it. So these are the elements of a brief that serves you build your brand. They are the essence. So what we're talking about is here: soar with your strength, weaken your weaknesses, tap into your values, pursue your passions, define your purpose. All right? If you look at it, it's very much coaching approach to personal branding. And this is the right way, because in order to translate your essence, you need to know your essence and where you stand in your essence, whatever you're coming across, and how to open up and grow bigger and push more. So these are your lenses that you're going to use to go to the deep of the matter, to the heart of the matter. So soar with your strength. Why we're saying your strength? Because your strengths are your powerful tool that you can start with and you can actually build on. So you have strength and you can take it to the max. And you have strengths that you're not aware of, but others, they're feeling it. And you can actually pay attention to that, bring it to your range of awareness and build on it. So someone would say, for example, something about you at workplace and you were not aware of it. But the fact that this is what they see in you, this is your impact on them, this is what they've experienced you as, you could, by knowing that this is another strength you have, you can bring it to your own and you can make it intentional and work on it. So imagine where you can go from there, So soar with your strength. People with strong brands are clear about who they are. They know and maximize their strengths, obviously. And how to do this exercise? You're coming out of your own self, from the you. And you start by stating, what are your most compelling strengths that you are aware of? Yeah. You know that this is your power here. And you list them. And then you go to the strength that others acknowledge in you. This is another good way of seeing, as I said, how people experience you and your impact on them. And that's caliber in your strength. The skills that you think you have to master, that you know that you have, but they haven't reached yet a place of fluency, let's say, and you need more of. And the skills that you think you're missing and could serve you. And now we're putting it in the skills area. Clear? Why we're tapping different element in this way from different perspective. So having a wholesome approach to it. Now, after we paid attention to our strength, we need to go to our weaknesses, because our weaknesses, be it a lack of knowledge, lack of skill, as a certain limiting belief, a certain default pattern that we're holding, simply lack of interest, whatever, these also need to be brought to our range of awareness to be able to work with them. Because if you're not holding them close and seeing them, you're not going to be able to work with them, change them, maneuver them, or whatsoever. So everyone has weaknesses. Even Superman has his kryptonite. I love Superman. So weakness might simply be the things that that doesn't interest you, or areas you haven't focused your energy on. Like we said, something that's really not of a big matter to you, so you did not give it a chance to apply or try or work with. Just skipping your radar. It's not brought to your awareness. After all, there is only so much time in the day. So you need to get clarity around what you're saying yes to, and conscious choice for what you are saying no to. So instead of going unintentionally about life and dropping things or choosing things, like adopting things, saying yes to or saying no to, just arbitrary, you actually have to make a choice, stepping in your own power, in your own light, in your own understanding, coming from an aware place, that this is what I'm adopting, this is what I want more of in my life, and this is what I want less of, or I do not want in my life. And it's not reactional. It's towards actually serving you and being aligned with who you are. So how you do about that? Okay, you start with exactly like we did the first one. You start with the weaknesses that you are aware of, and they're easy to list, because we think, I'm not good at this, I'm not good with money management, I'm not good with time management, I overreact, or I don't have stamina, or whatsoever. We can go on with lists. We think that we are weak in that area, but just we did not give it enough attention and we were reactive towards it. Anyway, we list it. And another way to actually be aware of these weaknesses that we're not aware of are the following questions. What most likely to cause me to give up? So go back, take notice, make an inquiry, take notice of your life or your past experiences, work-wise, relation-wise, whatsoever. Where did you give up? What made you give up? What was the feeling there? It's like a personal inventory about what caused you to say and decide and stop there. And that will highlight other areas that you consider weaknesses, values stepped on, lack of complete interest, a stretch that you were not paying attention to, and so on and so forth. Another thing is the roles I avoid that may be important to my goals. So for example, this is I'm starting a new business in a startup, and I need to do some, let's say, business development part, and I have to go and knock on doors, and I have to actually create a platform to get more business. But this is something I don't like, and this is a role that I avoid. All right. What is that telling me? It could be telling me that I am afraid of failure. I don't put myself out there. Or it's telling me that I am holding a belief that I must know it all and get ready before going there. That will show you about your weaknesses and where it's coming from, to gain awareness, to gain clarity, so you can act. The least successful project I have ever tackled and what tripped me. These are indications, that's like facts that show you that that was the worst project I did. And it's kind of allowing you to celebrate your failure, kind of like, and that will open you up to be less judgmental, more open, and seeing with your whole, not just with your eyes, with your whole heart, with your whole mind, open heart, and open will. So identify 3 weaknesses that you want to overcome. And this is something that I wish I was more, for example, I wish I was more aggressive in my approach, or I wish I was more assertive in a way, or I wish I was more less reactive, or I wish, whatever you wish you was more of, or you wanted to bring into your life. This is that could hinder your ability to achieve your goals, because that's you think you need it for your goal to attain there, or for the project, or for the relationship, or whatsoever. So by highlighting these, you know what's your longing, and what's your content, and what's the area that you feel less comfortable around. These are all awareness questions. Tap into your values. Now, getting awareness and clarity around weakness and strength, it's kind of the 2 opposite poles that sometimes we navigate in between. We go into our values. Values are what you are living by. And whether you are honoring a value or not, this is that shows how happy you are or not, or how you feel good in your skin or not. So they are your personal compass, like they say here. So they give direction to choices you make and the way you behave, and they give clarity around the choices you're making that are not aligned with who you are. So you're doing a bit too much or a bit too less, or you're just avoiding. So what's behind it? What's the situation here? Great awareness tool that helps you, that guides you on where to go and what to do, who you are, and how you react in a different situation or not. And by reacting or not, you also have an impact. Always keep that in mind. So tap into your values. We have 3-part activities here that help you identify top values, define them, and then assess whether you are living in accordance with, in alignment with, or not. So honoring or dishonoring it. Identify your top 5 values and find your true north. And when you identify your values, really step into this exercise, clear your head, connect with yourself, and search for these values. They're most likely to come the first, but hear what they're saying and hear the energy that's been said. That'll give you direction. Distill. Define your values by what they mean to you. And we know that values mean differently to everyone. For example, someone that values, relationship. For him, for one, relationship means that this open connection, communication, blah, blah, blah. For other person, relationship means the being dependable on, being there for them, being the server. For another person, it means being open to contact people. You know what I mean? So every value means something to someone. It is your own thing. It's what you understand of it. It's what it means to you. And then validate. So you've picked your top 5 values and have defined what they mean to you. But are you living in alignment? Are you honoring these values? I value honesty. And I go to work and then I have something need to say, for example, for the management that I don't like. But I say, if I'm going to say it, they're not going to be happy. So I choose not to say it, honoring another value maybe, which is maintaining this job because I have my family is depending on me, so I'm honoring value, family value rather than honesty value. That's your compass to show how you're reacting, what you're employing, which values you're putting on ahead, and why are you doing this, just to give you direction where you're heading. So how are you building your life around what's important to you or what's important to other? Are you coming out of place of fear because I have to, I should, or are you coming place of connectedness? And I can create from that. You're always creating. Be aware what you're creating. And then the scale. For each value you identify, give yourself a score of 1 to 5. 1 indicates I am really not living this value. 5 indicates I live this value so consistently, I could be the poster child of this value. Think about whether or not others would be able to see this value in you day to day. Okay? But this is important because if you are really honoring a value and living by it, regardless of what it means to other, it's going to be transparent. You're going to be radiating. You're going to be vibrating. You're going to be creating things that are in harmony and resonant with you, and you're going to be manifesting whatever you want. Pursue your passion. So anything you do out of passion is destined to create life around it and powerful outcomes. And there is a zest and there is life force into it. And everything you do out of obligations, it looks like faux pas, half step, not really resonant, not really impactful, kind of not solid together. And being aware of your passion is you can actually know what you're putting yourself, where you're obliging yourself, and how to transfer or transform this obligation, put it back into passion, and from there go up. Anyway, your passion fuel your actions. When you integrate your passion into what you do, you're more engaged and create a powerful powerhouse of enthusiasm, engagement, and inspiration for those around you. Exactly. So everyone will interact with you from the same way, rather than you coming into the room and whatever you create, it feels like burden to have maintenance and they just want to finish whatever and go on with their life. In this exercise, you'll have the opportunity to step back and think about your passion. How can you integrate them into what you do? And how you can connect with them with your career goals. So figure it out. Start by realizing, state, what are my passions? So what would I do with my summer if money wasn't an issue? And I would say more, what would you do what would you do now if money and time were not an issue? So you have the full freedom of money and time to create, to live by passion, to live by alignment. What is it that drives you? What are my favorite activities? What type of people I'm drawn to? That shows you what energy you're drawn to. That shows you what you can work best with, what you vibrate with. You know, it's how to keep things alive. What kind of stories in the news always capture my interest? So these will tell you where your energy is focused on, and where attention goes, energy grows and life grows, something like that. So there is certain energy you're attracted to. You put your attention in it, you can create from that. And you create from this level of energy. Define your purpose. Many of us, they have kind of an idea, or I'm going to call it a feeling, about what's our purpose in life. And many more, they're trying to find it still. Purpose is important because purpose is what you're here to do, live, and have a meaningful life. Otherwise, you feel that you're passing by life floating, or without, you're not anchored. You feel aimless. And when you feel aimless, you don't feel satisfied, you don't feel happy, there is no joy, there is no drive. You're just like tapping to here and there and always find a block or something that's stopping you. But this is not me, I'm not enjoying what I'm doing. Oh, I'm miserable, why does it happen to me? I don't like this work. And you think you're like, then it goes on and on. So why am I here? That's a question that has no doubt rolled off the lips of many since men moved from grunting to speaking. So Exploring your purpose. Your purpose is your big picture, internal vision of what you would like to achieve. When you combine clear values, engage your passion, and take on purpose action, so you are on purpose. Everything you do is on purpose. It's coming from this place, a place of essence, a place of that's your mission in life. This is what you're here in this lifetime to create and to help to serve to. At the end of the day, all of us, whether it appears differently with whatever happening around, we are here to transcend the human experience and bring it to a higher awareness and bring it forth. So when you combine clear values, engage your passion, and take on purpose action, you can follow your personal roadmap to the destination you choose. So everything you do afterwards, it becomes easy, impactful, and what you want to create. And whatever comes your way, you can deal with it from this place and this space and this energy. So it will not be like the victim or the result of your circumstances. And you can create from anything that comes your way, seriously. So we can use a small tool here. We've highlighted that you put your values in one color, passion in another color, purpose in another color. All right. And I would invite you, it's not mentioned here, but I would just invite you to pay attention to the colors you're choosing, or if you're just following literally whatever is said here, that will tell you about your own patterns. It's also a kind of awareness that can help you out. What has been important to you? Who is on this journey with you? What are you doing that fuel your passion? So what has been important to you, it shows that when you are on purpose, it shows to you that when you were doing something, you were doing it with your full self, connected to your inner wisdom, to your inner voice, connected to the source, whatever you want to call it. Who is on this journey with you? And that will also give you an indication and a clear idea about what and who are you serving, and what difference you want to create. Who are these people? What's the importance of them in your life that's walking with you this path? You can find your community, your tribe, you can find your like-minded people, you can find your place. What are you doing that fuels your passion? What are you working towards, and what have you accomplished that gives you a sense of purpose? Where you are headed next. Because as we know, life is a journey. And it's not about reaching a place. It's about the next journey you're gonna go, the next platform you're gonna explore, the next something you aspire to transcend to. And now, after having all these elements created, which is knowing consciously, bringing to awareness who you are at your core, and hearing the voices that are true to you, and discerning the voices that are not true to you and trying to hold you back, all these judgments is limiting beliefs and whatsoever that keeps you from, and knowing what you want, it will be very easy for you to translate it in a statement or a vision or a brand, because this is who you are. This is the engine that's working behind. You know what I mean? This is the fuel. This is the engine. This is the momentum that's created. All this is your brand, and many, many more. Any questions till now before we move to build your brand and make an impact? Any point you'd like to discuss? Okay. Build your brand and make an impact. So giving back is an outward expression of your values, passion, and purpose, and provides an opportunity to demonstrate your strength. It's good for society. It's empowering and inspiring for you and those you will influence. And basically is what I was saying is you're here to serve. Who do you want to serve? What impact do you want to create? What's your contribution? And if it's coming from that place, so everything you do is authentic, is real. And you're not adopting anyone's vision. you're translating your essence into the world and creating those ripples the way you want to create with the right energy. So clarifying your unique strength, value, passion, and purpose gives you great direction and criteria for what to say yes to and what to say no to when faced with many opportunities and requests you will encounter over a lifetime. So having the choice to be selective and not just like I am selective, I'm saying yes to this and no to that. As I'm saying yes, it means it is in alignment with who I am, with my values. I'm saying no, it's stepping over my values. It does not resonate with me. So knowing that in each moment, this is what we're saying yes to and no to, you have a great deal of control by the lack of control, because already things are clear and in harmony. Anyway, let the work you have done to this point in your branding journey be your guide to choosing how you will use your time. And here where you find your calling. I want to use this giving back opportunity to showcase a strength. So be an inspirational to people, be a leader, I do not know what. So showcase a strength. Develop a new skills, and that's coming from where do you think I want more of life? Where do I want to extend my range, that will serve me and serve my purpose. Align my values, employ my passions, and fulfill my purpose. This is how you make an impact. Now, after highlighting those, we go into a deeper step. So you take it one by one. Skills, strength. Which of the strengths you identified would like to show case, or which skills was missing that you'd like to build on? So I want something to showcase, or I want something to build on, be it skills or strength. So what I want more of to bring to me, how I'm gonna, the piano players, they extend the range to reach all this keys, so you get to play bigger. Values. Which causes might connect with the value that were top of your list? So you want to make a difference in the society, you want to make an impact, you want to create, you want to serve, you want to lead, you want to inspire, you want to teach. What are the causes that talk to you, that resonate with you? Passion. What type of cause or organization might connect with the root passion you've identified? So now, after finding the bigger sphere, which is the causes, and now go into deeper, look for these people and organizations that actually deliver what you want. They are the people who's walking the walk and talking, active in reality, and to be one of them, to connect to them. Purpose. What might move you toward internal vision for the future? So your purpose will always keep you moving and growing and moving, because it's not conditioned to a moment of time and to a task. It does not have an end or a place to reach. It goes on, it's your engine. Goals. What is your goal for an internship or job you would like to have when you graduate? Or what's the dream job? It's like the question we asked, what would you like to do with your time now if you have no restriction of money and time? Here they're asking you, be specific, go into highlighting people or existing organization or whatsoever, and see what kind of a job with which people you would like to obtain without having the pressure of the package of money or the title whatsoever. What's the core of it that you would like to do or would like to get more of? That will also help you direct what you want to create later on. That maybe might not be existent or not be available for all, or I do not know what. It's just another area for you to be more resourceful. Having done all that, that's beautiful brief with all details and everything is clear, and you're happy, you're feeling good about and in harmony with who you are and what you want in life, what you want to create intentionally. What's next for you? How you take all this? So these are the brief. to create a brand, personal branding. So the step now is actually to take it and create it. How do you create it? You create it, someday start saying, I can start my own personal website, I can create my own blog, I'll start by coaching people, and then this how my niche will be properly done, word to mouth. Yes, all effort, these works, but they'll take a lot of time if you don't have the expertise, if you don't have the time, if you're not fixed, and it's trial and error. My invitation and my recommendation for you is actually, you've identified what you want. Part of it, identified who's the right people that can help you with that, and go ask for help. Invest in yourself. This is the best thing that you can do that will make the ball rolling for you. And here we put a small exercise by Bob Proctor. I took one of his courses also long before, that help guide you discovering your life purpose, that you can do it by yourself. It's actually good to do it by yourself because there is tips and you need time. It's like an onward journey. And there are many other exercises that are there. Should you be interested, let us know. We can share with you that. And now reach out. A high percentage of buyer of services, consulting and coaching, are going online to find experts. True. We are no longer, with the millennium and everything that's happening, we're no longer waiting to go and meet one-on-one or whatsoever. First, you do the research. You go online, you see what's there, what's the buzz, what's case study, who's recommending who, and all this stuff. And you are very much careful and aware to know that this is organically done, and this is paid, and there's a lot of investment behind it, or this is not, you're not, there is a lot of education now around how to handle online tools and how to actually get your result by distinguishing what is being blurred out and what is real, who's bluffing and who's not. So what is the first thing they see when these people come on trying to look for a coach or a consultant? They search a name, they search a website, they search a testimony about this person. So the website and social media. Okay? And you agree with me, and it's said here that there is no one solution that fits all. Because you are unique, because what you're delivering is unique, even though under the big umbrella of coaching, consultancy, whatsoever. So there is no one way that fits all. You have to have your way and translate it properly. So it has to come from here, out there, to be heard and to be selected. It's all related to knowing the behavior of your target market and the power of your content. So you know the power of your content, and you might have an idea about your target market. But the market is ever changing and a lot's happening. It's good to actually use help and ask and get research and know around how these markets are evolving, what are they responding to, how these trends ever impacting, who are the curator for all this content, and who's listening to them, where do I need to be, and if this is the target market, first design aligns with, are they still the target market? What they want is what I'm offering. Do I have to improve myself, or I get more knowledge or whatsoever, or it'll help to have a strong arm to lean on next to you, and you need this expertise. And no, you do not have to do it all by yourself. And yes, it is validated to invest in it. This is the best thing you do ever. I'm sorry, I'm highlighting that because it's a trial and error. I've done it myself, and I know how I've learned. It's the learning that I got is how better or how faster you could have created a better impact. And we can always come with excuses, and just bear in mind, these are excuses. If you want something, the answer to how is yes. That's how you create. Define your niche. And as I said, by defining your niche. It's not like now you have to figure it out. Okay, I want to work only in corporate, because maybe in your heart this is what you feel. But let also your niche be apparent to you. So let them show you who are the people that you can coach the best, who are the people that you resonate with and you can serve the best. You know what I mean? So in this case, you need to be perceptive, open, and allowing to this dynamic to happen. But know what you want, know what you go for, what you feel your heart singing to, and you feel you have the most expertise and power that you can help and serve there. This is where you can make a difference. This is how you define your niche. The ultimate landing page. Ta-dam. Research has revealed that 92% of website visitors will never come back to your site again. This means it's critical that your website is designed in a way to convert visitors. It's like you're having when they're saying the first impression that counts. So you have you can only do it first time right, especially with all the buzz and whatever happening there. So that's your chance. And have it right, have it powerful, have it impactful. A lot of noise, a lot of content, diluted content, copying, imitating will definitely give you less of an edge to be noticed. And have to have a call for action or a conversion or something that will capture. And by capturing is demanding a response or creating something in those people that get them interested to actually take the step and get to know you, or get to ask you or contact you in a way or another. Thus, your website should answer the below questions. Who is the person behind the service? They need to know who they're dealing with. Do you have expertise to help them? Do you have what they're looking for? Are you a specialist, or you're just someone who knows things and getting to work? And please be mindful that we're always forever learning, growing, and expanding. So we maybe have an expertise in what we have now, but don't settle for what you have right now. It's always keep this hunger, keep this keep this hunger in you to learn more, expand more, reach more, read more, learn more. Do you have a track record? So it's nice if you actually have a track record or testimony or something, that someone that has something to say about you, put it there. It's just another way to put on the volume, amplifier to what you can do best and why you're standing out. What makes you better than others? Why should I come to you? Will be having direct contact. Okay, direct contact. We'll be having a direct. So give a platform that allows people to come straight to you and talk to you, and you can reply back to them. So give them this platform, give them this opportunity to go straight to the source and get out what they want out of it, okay? Last advice, show your face. 39% more inquiries get from actually showing your face, having a picture that represents you, or having an online small videos or whatsoever, things that actually allow them this personal experience with you, to see, look at your eyes when you're talking, see your features, see your gesture, get to know you, and have a clear call to action. And this is important. First thing they teach you in leadership is that you don't let people get lost by, okay, you decide what you're gonna do, you delegate. Guide them there, put them there, give them this call to action, let them act, and from there things will evolve and develop. Monetize your assets. Claim what you are worth. If you don't believe it yourself, no one's gonna. And it's not because image, so I have to put my price high so I'm viewed as high. No, it's what you're in your true heart and your true core believe that you're worth. You've invested a lot in yourself. You're working with your time, with your passion, with your emotion, with your money on yourself, and you're worth it, and you've reached a certain expertise level. So it allows you to claim it. Stand in your own light, stand in your own power, claim it. Do not be blocked by fear of requesting premium for your services. Value your services as you truly believe they are worth and marketability. Package versus hourly fee, it's up to you what suits you best, your schedule and stuff like that. I would go for a consultant to help me decide with my way and style of work, whether packages or hourly fee would help. And thank you very much, guys.
Okay, so time for you to ask questions. Time for us to get practical. Okay, so Nara is here. I'm sure some of you might have real practical questions that you like to engage in a dialogue to gather the best practice here. So it's our intention to be able to. Nara, you may like to just stop sharing your screen so that.
I'm trying to do that. If you can help, then.
Okay.
New share, resume share. No.
Just a minute. Stop sharing.
See, this is what I meant by asking